Today we're going to make easy omelets, and this is what you'll need. You need some shredded cheese, some butter, 2 eggs. That's just for our toast. And then I like this Great Value brand multi-grain bread. It's really good. But I just wanted to educate you on a little butter fact. So anytime you hear someone say a pat of butter, this size is a pat of butter. Now, where does that word come from? Now, years ago when you would go into a restaurant and you wanted butter, this would be the size that they would bring to you, just one of those, and it would be sandwiched between 2 pieces of wax paper, and it was just called a pat of butter. So you knew you'd be getting that size. So I have 2 pats of butter. One's going to be for my toast, one's going to be for my omelet. I forgot to mention you're going to need just a little bit of milk, not much. I'm going to go ahead and whip up my eggs before I start my toast, because once I get my pan good and hot, I want to roll and just keep on going with the recipe. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and I always like to add a little bit of milk to my eggs, because that might be about a 1/4 cup of milk. It increases the volume of your eggs. You have more, and it makes them a little bit creamy. And I'm just going to go ahead and whip all those up. Alright, I melted 1 pat of my butter in my pan, and I'm just letting it get good and heated up. Now the only thing we're going to flip is our toast. And right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mop this piece of toast around to get some of that butter and flip it over, mop it around a little bit more, and we're going to make fried toast. So we're going to cook our toast on each side until it's the desired amount of toasted that we want. I might flip it a few times just to see how it's going. It's getting a little bit of toast on there. I love toast in a pan because it's soaking up all that good butter, and the entire piece of toast gets saturated. Oh, there we go. Start to get a little bit of toast on there. I don't want it much more brown than that. I am going to take that out of the pan, put that on my plate. And now we're going to cook our omelet. I'm going to take my other pat of butter, put it in there and let that melt. We're still on medium-high heat. Now we are not going to flip this omelet. It's so easy. Okay, now I'm going to pour in my eggs, and I'm going to turn my heat down to medium. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle in however much of cheese I want. You can put in chopped vegetables if you like, bell pepper, pimentos, whatever you want. I'm going to put some chives on mine. You could even put basil or parsley, you know, whatever you want. You turn the heat down. I'm going to turn it just a little bit more. It's on between 4 and 5, so on my stove that's just below medium. Now what we're going to do is just watch to see when these eggs are set. You can start seeing it here around the side, but you want to see the entire top of it cooked to your level of done with your eggs. Now if it seems like it's getting more done around the edges than it is in the middle, still not going to flip it, but here's a trick you can do. You can just kind of pull it off from the side a little bit and let some of that uncooked egg run down in there. It's not going to hurt a thing. Okay, so just a few more minutes on that. Okay, my omelet is as done as I want it to be. See how fluffy it is? And the wet that's on top is just cheese. I'm going to turn off my heat. And then it's going to very easily just slide right out of my pan. You might want to move it around in there a bit before you try to dump it. And then just fold it. There's your omelet.